Hello everyone, welcome to Quick and Easy Kitchen. Now today I'm going to do a copycat version of Taco Bell's Nacho Bell Grande, but I'm going to take you back. I'm going to do it old school. Today they make it with the ground beef or the beef of their choice, and they put the refried beans on, the nacho cheese sauce, tomatoes, and occasionally you will get the sour cream on it. But back in the day, they had on their original Nacho Bell Grande, they had the green onions and they also had black olives. So I'm going to incorporate those two ingredients back on in. Now if you don't like them, just omit those. But today we are going to make a copycat version of Taco Bell's back in the day Nacho Bell Grande. So the ingredients that I'm going to use for this are: I have 1 pound of ground round. I also have green onions, sour cream, refried beans, Roma tomatoes, black olives. The closest that you're going to get, because there's no cheese out there, there's no nacho cheese out there that replicates, that's like a Taco Bell. The closest that you can get to it would be the Frito Lay. Now they have the mild or they have the jalapeno, and I'm going to use the jalapeno for this. Now the closest that you can get to their chips today, because they use a white corn tortilla chip, so today we're going to use that. We're going to use some white corn tortilla chips. Now back in the day they used a yellow, but today we're going to use a white. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our meat right here, and this is just 1 pound. If you don't like beef, you can use any meat of your choice. While that's frying up, I'm going to chop up our tomato, our Roma tomato. I'm going to have that ready for you guys. And then also, now what I have here is I have our ground beef right here, and I have it in a pan, and I'm going to fry it up. What I have here is I've opened up our can of beans right here. I'm going to use 1/4 cup of water. Okay, I want you guys to see this. Now I'm going to use 1/4 cup of water in here like that. Now remember, Taco Bell puts a little bit of water into their beans. They thin them out. They never serve them this thick. And if they're that thick like that, because I've had them a couple of times where they've been thick like this, they needed to be thinned out. Use like a teaspoon or a tablespoon of sour cream. It takes the can taste out. It makes it more like homemade tasting. Now if you don't want to use refried beans and you want to make your own, you can take a can of pinto beans and do them that way as well. You know, it's however you want to make your stuff. Now I'm going to stir this up into it, and then I'm going to put it onto the stove and I'm going to cook them. What I've done is I put our seasoning pack in, so I'm just going to mix that on up, which is what Mom's doing.
Yep, Mom's in the house.
Yep, Mom's in the house. Mom loves Taco Bell. So we're going to pour some water in. Now I don't use the whole entire packet of water. I just filled up like halfway. And I just put some water in because I do like the flavor of McCormick. And just good. Use whatever you get on sale. You know, if you want to use Taco Bell, use Taco Bell.
Right.
If you want to use Kroger's or Great Value, you know, use that.
Yes, use whatever you've got.
I'm stirring around the beans right here. They look really good.
You got your meat going.
Now, if you don't want to use sour cream in it, you don't have to. But you do have to thin it out a little bit, because Taco Bell thins their beans out and you don't want a big clump of it.
But you don't want it runny.
No, that you don't want it too runny now. I only use 1/4 cup, and that's the tinier one. And you don't even have to use that. You just need a little bit to thin them out. Our beef, and it's looking really good. And like I said, you can use, if you don't want to use this, you can use, you know, turkey, chicken. You can use whatever meat of your choice. Now what I have here is I have 2 paper plates of white tortilla chips. Now they're just normal tortilla chips. These are what they use today. They make their own, Taco Bell does, and they fry them up. But the closest that you can get is the white tortilla chips. So back in the day, though, when I went to Taco Bell a lot, they had the yellow. So today, we're going to make two different versions of this, okay? And this is going to be really cool. Now, I'm just going to take some beans and just put some right here. You know, just a little bit. Now, this is perfect if you have, like, company come in and stuff. Everybody loves this. You can pick out which one you want to do. Okay, that's it. They don't give you a lot. So now let me get our beef. And it's always like a spoon and a half. Or you want to call it a scoop and a half. It's always like a spoon and a half. Now I'm going to take our beef. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little bit on. Just a little bit. Oh, like that. Just a little bit on. Put a little bit more on that one. A little bit more on that one. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your nacho cheese and put this on. Now remember, we're making this two different ways. We're going to make this old school, and we're going to make a modern day of what they do today. So here comes our nacho cheese. And like I said, they have two different varieties. This is the closest that you can get to Taco Bell. Now they have the mild or the jalapeno. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a little bit of cheese and just put it around. Now you may even want to heat this up like in a microwave safe plate. You know, some of the cheese. That way it comes out a little bit better and smoother. Okay. Now the way that they make it today is with just tomato on this one right here. And that's the way it comes today. See how they have the nacho cheese, the tomato, the bean, the beef. That's the way it comes to you today. Now, sometimes they'll put sour cream on it, but the last couple times I've gotten this, they haven't. Now let's go old school. Now here's my old school plate. Okay, we got our cheese. We got tomato. And you can use, you know, however much cheese you want. And they also used green onions back in the day. Now, how many of you guys remember the green onions? Yes, they used green onions. And that was the bomb back in that day. Then they also served it with just a couple of olives. And sour cream. So let me get that. And here it is. And they also gave you like a couple of them. Now, this is old school. Back in the day at Taco Bell, where they gave you all that. The green onions, the sour cream, the black olives, and this is today. Now, like occasionally I will get sour cream on there. So let's just do like a little. At one time they used to put it on, but like I said, the last couple of times that I've been there, they haven't done that. So, but this is the new way, and this is the old way. See that? And even before that, they used to have jalapenos in it. Now, if you want to put that in there, you can also put that in there as well. And nothing is complete until you have their sauce. Now, you got to have, I'm shaking them up, you got to have the mild sauce, the hot sauce, Now they did have the fire sauce, but I've never had really the fire sauce. But this is modern day, and this was yesterday. So it's any which way that you like it. Anyways, this was a fun video to do. It took us back. Mom and I, like I said, Mom and I love Taco Bell. And I know one of her favorite things to get when she goes through there is a Burrito Supreme. Now, how many of you guys remember the Burrito Supreme? Those are really good. So I had fun doing this. And like I said, this makes a lot. So if you wanted to do this for like a graduation or any type of special occasion at church, everybody loves this. You can't go wrong with the recreation of Taco Bell. Now I want to thank everyone for watching our video today of our back in the day Taco Bell, and also today. I did a platter of today of what they serve you. And like I said, sometimes I haven't gotten it. They used to put it on, but I haven't seen it, but I put it back on. But normally it's just with the meat, the cheese, and the tomato, and that's what, and the beef, and the beans. That's what they serve you today. And then this is our vintage one from back in the day. Now, but it was with yellow chips. Now I want to thank everyone for watching our video today. Please click the subscribe button and notification bell so that way every time I come on, you know. And if you're watching this video for the first time, please click the subscribe button. We would love to have you as part of our YouTube family. And it also helps the channel and it helps us grow. So please click that subscribe button. We really do appreciate it. I want to thank all of our subscribers. I really enjoyed doing this video today. These are perfect nachos to have. The Nacho Bell Grande and and also the Supreme one. You know, there's not really much difference between them. One has, you know, sour cream, the other one doesn't, and stuff. But I just put it on. Back in the day when I got Nacho Bell Grandes, they had it. But like I said, Taco Bell has changed over the years and stuff. So it is really good. We love it. Mom's favorite is the Burrito Supreme, and I'm sure everybody has their favorite at Taco Bell. But I really enjoy bringing this back, and this is perfect for any type of occasion that you guys are having. Take care. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.